to actually do like that direction. So is it like the system automatically chooses whether we are trading like long
No,
direction?
you remember here, you had to enter either sell or buy,
Mm-hmm.
right? No, remember that is how do you determine you're gonna enter a short? Remember the rules I sent you?
Oh yeah, okay.
That's how you determine it. You just don't, oh, I guess I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna buy here. No. You have to have, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back to what I just said, and I forgot to put the recording. Always remind me that. Always have to have a reason why you enter the trade. You can't just say, I feel. No, if you trade by feelings, then you'd definitely be losing.
Mm.
You have to, there has to be some type of what you see, right? Remember, I told you, when you see the red, that's when you know you're selling. When you
Yeah.
see the red, you know you need to be selling, even though it's going up like this. You need to wait for until what happens when you're above that cloud. And see, you could have entered a trade right here before it even turns green. Again, you remember, I would say most of the indicators will always be lagging behind. However, price action never lags. It's what you see. Right here, we're already close above the cloud. It closed. Do you see why? But the body closed above. You have a wick up here. You would have entered right here. Stop would have been down here, and you would have hit your profit target. Again, now you have green. Even though it comes back down here, you're trying to buy. If you're trying to buy here, you're gonna be tough luck. Why? Because now this red is now closing below the top here. That's red, right? So most likely it's going to continue coming, and that's what it did. But it says here most of our trend is usually the downtrend. Now, what happens here? We have a green cloud, right? So you want to make sure everything is going to be green. Like for example, here, we have the red line, but we also have the red cloud. That's why it's a good time to take a short or what we call a sell. This one, what do we see here? We finally get this candle close again above the cloud. You would have entered right here. Now, I don't know. Okay, your stop would have been here. Yeah, you would have hit your profit target. Why? Your stop is right here, but you would have entered right at the top. Once it breaks this wick, you see this wick here? That's where you entered, the highest point. Came back down. You would have gotten some heat, but not close enough to your stop, and it would have went up and hit your profit targets like it did here. Now, when you get more accustomed to this, once I entered here and pulls back and comes back up like that, I would have added more contracts.
Mm.
But that's called scaling in. But don't do that now. I just
Okay.
want you to get consistent with this first. And I don't
Okay.
want you, I want you to get consistent and let me know why you entered the trade. Not, oh, my gut feeling said it's going to go up, right? You want to make
Yeah.
sure that there is a reason why you're entering long or why you're entering short. You're going to just giving me right here. If you bought it right here when you entered this one, this is actually really good. That's a good entry. Why? First of all, we're above, it's closing above the cloud, right? Stop. I don't know. Your stop would have been down here, I think, somewhere, and you hit your profit target. Good trade. Look at that.
Thank-
You're making pretty good.
Thanks.
And this and this is just on sim, right?
Yes, yes.
Man, maybe I should have you start on your eval. But the thing now, I want to see how you trade. I don't want you to go after gut, right? I want to
Yeah.
make sure that you're trading it for the sake, the reason why I just told you right now, why you're taking a buy and why you're taking a short. Okay.
Mm.
But yeah, no, you're doing great. 6,000. That's unbelievable. And this is a 50K. You would have hit you would have passed their eval right there. But I recommend just stick with micros right now. Because when you
Okay.
get used to on NQ and you said, "Oh, I passed that in my eval," and you try to do that on your funded account, you'll probably blow it.
Mm. Okay.
Okay. So
Got it.
stick with your micros and don't move your stops. I think the stops are adequate as long as you know where you enter. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Good job though. Let me see. Let's go back to what do we see here? We see okay, Mark's entry here. Okay, let's look at Mark's. Stop share. What is that, two? Okay, so here's Mark's. Okay, you entered here. Good entry there. Okay, so this is basically a short, which you got here, right? Good profit there. Then
Yeah.
you entered long here again. Once you end, you're above that, the 21 EMA. Very good entry. Where was your target though? Ah, your target should have been the 233 right there.
Yeah, the first one it actually reversed. So
Yeah,
didn't hit the second target.
right, right. So your first. So where's your first target here when you took the
At
long?
oh no no. That's not the start. The I entered
Ah, okay. So you entered here, your first target here, and your second, your
yeah,
base is your break even, right?
yeah.
Okay, okay. Ah, I thought you entered long was a bit that'd have been a good trade. Say you're basically here and coming off
Hmm.
the, basically when you're bottom here, meaning you're oversold. So again, you see this yellow, the 21 EMA is now angling up. You could have entered here
Yeah.
anyway, and you could have targeted there. I thought that's what you did. Okay, so now here. Okay, we bounce off the 233, which is a strong bounce off. Now we're below again the 21 EMA. You could have taken a trade there and you got it here and eventually it got stopped out, right? With a
Yeah,
minimal
yeah.
loss. Okay. Yeah, this is a good trade because you broke this. We're below the 55, the mid band, and also the 233. Yeah, that would have been a good trade. It just didn't work out. Um, and that's fine. We get those. You don't win every trade. So this one, you entered right here. Where did you entered here, or is this a stop? Oh no, that's a stop, right?
That's a stop. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now here again. Now what's really happening here? We bounced off the mid band, so you could
Yeah.
have entered here, or you could have entered here, or you could have entered when it pulled back, but there was no pullback. So you would have hit your profit targets on your M and Q here once you entered either here the reversal. Remember once you have the two green bars or the two red bars, you could have entered there after the reversal bar,
Mm.
and you could have got some points, and you would have hit your first and second targets. Now, when it comes back down, here's your reversal bar. What happens? Again, we're below here, right? So most likely, I would have taken this chance because the thing is, again, we're below the 21 EMA and we're below the 233. This is the third. I would have entered right there. Stop would have been up there. You would have got your targets. This one,
I was waiting for it to cross
pull
the
back.
mid band as
Ah,
well.
okay, okay. So all right. So you didn't take it here though, right?
No, no.
Okay,
Because it's already too far away.
okay,
For long, yeah.
okay. So this one we reversed back up, bounced off the 233. This one you took short, good entry.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good entry. Basically bouncing off the 233 and also the mid band. Good entry there. And you could yeah, hit your profit target. The first one. Your second one is
Mhm.
this?
Yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
started to
go
reverse.
up. Right. Okay. Yep. Good. That was a good.
Yeah, thank you.
At least you got lost there, but that you were still profitable, right? Again,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not you're not supposed if someone says you win 100% of the time, then I don't expect to win 100% of the time, just as long as you manage your losses, right? That's the
Yeah.
main key. Let me see here. So okay, this is from so you took a short, or is this from a previous trade? You took a short, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I took a short.
And did you hit your first target?
I got the target with no, no, actually.
Okay. So at least you break even. That's small loss there. So you entered right here, or what is
Hmm.
this? You entered here, or because I see an entry here.
Yeah, there.
This is your break even right here. You entered here
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah.
You got out.
Yeah, I did.
You got scared. I know why. Hit up there, then came back down, right? Came back down, right? That's what it did.
Yeah.
Pulled back and then came back up. That's what it usually does. So now remember every time that's a good entry there. You could have waited here until you see the pullback and you entered back up here. And I think you entered back up here again, right? Which is a good
Yeah.
entry. Stop is somewhere down here. You hit your first two targets. Again, this loss is very minimal, which is good. You made it up right here, so you're still profitable. Good, good trade.
It's I realize that, it's really true that, it's the risk management
Yeah,
that's what matters.
yeah, exactly. And if you notice this, if the price is above this line all the time, you see how it maybe just breaks, but it doesn't close below that.
Uh-huh.
Just keep on going.
Okay, okay.
Notice that. I mean, it's gonna pull down here, but always take note where the bar closes. Yes, it went down here and then it closed up here.
Yeah,
Here.
so is that white dash lines the ones
Yeah,
that are
that's a
going up?
pullback. That's a pullback.
Oh, that's already considered a pullback.
Yeah, yeah, that's a pullback.
Okay.
What
Okay.
it did was it went up, came back down, went back up. This one did the same thing. When we got up here, came down, went back up. That's what these are pullbacks. Just as long as the
Mm-hmm.
pullback, you see how the pullbacks, they're hitting the yellow line, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They may have a pullback down here, but usually when it gets there, when you see the bar, well, this one is different. See, this bar closes still at the yellow line. This one closed below, right? That could have suckered
Mm-hmm.
you, that could suckered you out. But when you see it come back up, you see this, these are all pullbacks,
Mm-hmm.
but it
Okay.
just continue going up. When you see this pullback and comes back up, you're going to take a trade here. Stop would have been here because you're seeing higher lows. So they
Mm-hmm.
will pull back here. There's higher low, and if the trend is, still continuing, you wouldn't hit this. You wouldn't hit this swing. This swing low here. It just kept on going. Like you see this. You see this pullback. You could have entered right there. Stop would have been here, and you would have still kept on going. You'll get used to that.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. That's why we have that 20. This is why I have this 21 EMA. It lets you know if there's a strong momentum or strong trend. Why? First of all, when the 21 EMA is far apart from the mid band, you know that's a strong trend,
Yeah.
especially when the angle is still going up like that. It's respecting that 21 EMA. Okay.
Yep, yep.
But you're doing good trades here. Here's another one. I'm okay, you took a short here, right? Got stopped.
Yeah.
You stopped out.
Yep.
Yep. So again, where's our trend going down? So most likely this is a pullback. Continue going down. In fact, you could have entered it right here again and
Mm-hmm.
got your first target. You entered here, and this time you let it. There was some pullback here, right?
Yeah.
Or was it stop right here?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The adjusted ADM actually really works for me.
Yeah. Okay. So it help you can hit your first target here. Your second target
Yeah.
here is break even. Okay, good. So that basically made up for this loss sometimes. So you see, it got down there. You could have brought up your profit target to this level, so at least both of your targets would have been hit. You could have moved that up if you wanted. So here it hit the your break even, so you didn't lose anything there. Now what are you seeing here? You're waiting again. This is way consolidation. That's pretty good. You waited. You entered here because now you have a break of this of the structure BOS.
Mm-hmm.
You could have entered right there once you see that, or okay, you entered here. That's good. There's your first target. There you say, oh, you hit your two targets. Good, nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one's good. Very good. Again, this could have had, again, you look at the angle of this 21 EMA, you know that's strong momentum. So that's why you took it there. Because there's sometimes when you enter here, it hits the 233, it may come back down. In this instance,
Mm.
there's strong momentum, so just kept on going up. But good trade. This one, okay, this one you took. There's your first target, break even. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me see here. Okay, so you see the break below the mid band. You could have remember we always wait for not the first impulse, but the
Yep,
pullback.
yep,
There's your pullback and you entered. Good, good entry.
yep.
That's what you did, right? You waited for
Yes,
the
yes.
pullback, came back down, hit the first target, hit the second target. Good job. Same thing here. While there was not really a pullback, we went above. You entered here, or you could have entered there. You entered there, you hit your first and second targets,
Mm-hmm.
correct? Good.
Yep.
This one, good job there. Again, here's the back, right? It went up, pulled back, went back up. You got to, once it went back up, you got to entered and you would hit your first your two targets here as well. This one, you hit your first target, break even. Good job. So I think is that it? Yeah. Yeah, did good. What's your profit right now? Your
Thank you.
balance?
Well, it was a roller coaster, right? So it went down to 21.
Ah, okay, okay.
Made a
Okay.
couple of mistakes, got
Right,
impulsive, and
right.
well, personally, I didn't like trading on Fridays.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Ah, okay. So like I said, on these, you only just wait for like the prime status. You don't have to be trading every signal. Once you hit a profit
Yeah,
target, like I said, especially in a 50K between 250, you remember Traders Fanatic, you remember? Once you hit that
yep, yep.
250, quit,
Hmm.
do it another day, right? Because that's how you
Yeah.
accumulate. Okay.
I have a question about the clarification about the 30% profit limit. Uh
It's not a profit limit, it's more consistency.
oh yeah, yeah, the consistency. So last time we discussed that, it's 30% of your total profit, right?
Yeah,
So
you
is that
no, so no, no. So the best day of your total what is the best day of all the trades you took each day? What's your most profitable day?
is 300?
What's your balance right now on your account?
Let me see. It's well, starting was 100, but now it's 99,746. So
What
it's
do you mean what do you mean starting at 100?
no, the same account.
No, no. What's your balance right now? Your account balance.
Yeah, for the same account it's 99. Yeah.
Ah, you're starting at nine. So you started at 100. So basically,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So
I'm
no,
not at a net loss.
yeah. So basically, so let's say you're in a 50K and you're in a net loss. Basically, your whatever your drawdown is. So your
Mm-hmm.
drawdown may be what? Let's say your drawdown right now. Well, so yeah, you can't really. If you're in that loss, it's not really. There's no consistency right now because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
negative. But it's usually what your profit is, what your total profit is. And remember, I showed you how to calculate that.
Yeah, my gross profit is 389. So is that where we base the 30% or should it be the net profit?
No, your total profit.
Okay. Yeah, so it's just 389.
That's your total profit.
Yeah.
So what's your best trading day?
It's 368.
Yeah. So right now you're way over the 30%. That's why that means you need to trade more trades that are profitable
Mhm.
trades. So like I said, don't try to be hitting home runs. If you hit the 250, then that's fine. If you hit 500, that's fine. Depending, again, don't what we call overtrade.
Yeah, yeah.
When we
So I'm
overtrade
trying
is,
to
yeah, if you hit the 250, you can quit. Because you want to
yeah,
be,
yeah.
again, we want to have the discipline where you can quit. You just don't try to be trying to make as much money as you want. And that's when I see you're trading pretty good now. Now, just you don't want to be over trading. Now what we want to do is focus now on the discipline. And if I hit the target, if I hit the daily profit goal on a 50K, let's say we're practicing on a 50K evaluation, right? You want to hit
Yeah.
maybe between at least a minimum of 250, but don't try to get like for me, I already know what my target is because I know I'm scaling in. You guys aren't scaling in. So you guys can easily
Mhm.
hit the 250 easily each day. For me, the reason I make maybe 500 or 1,000 because I'm scaling in, and you guys will do that once you get more advanced. But right now, you're not scaling in. You're using the two targets, and you can easily get two good trades, and you would have made that 250, and you'd have been done even made more than
Yeah.
250 if it those two targets.
Yeah, the discipline part is the tougher one,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. And I was just telling someone now because they wanted to sign up because, can you teach me how to pass an evaluation? I said, well, he was trading another system. I said, well, it doesn't matter what system you're trading. I mean, there's a lot of good systems out there, but if your mindset or your discipline, lack the discipline, it doesn't matter what type of system you trade, you're still going to be losing
Mm-hmm.
because you tend to either no discipline in trading, taking any trades. You tend to be, oh, I made that easily, so I'm going to trade more. No, you have to have you have to have a plan. You'd have to have a trading plan to even begin to trade it. If you don't have a plan, you're just going all over the place.
By trading plan, do you mean like how
What's your
much?
daily, yeah, what's your daily profit target or daily loss limit?
Okay, okay. Yeah,
And what
got it.
trades are you going to be looking for? What do you, because the thing is, you aren't going to take every signal you see, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right. You've been looking at the charts, and you see what type of trades are the best trades, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know Kate's looking at when again, she's on wealth charts. She knows now. I already told her what's the best trade to take is basically the 5 minute. Now on this one, since we're using Ninja Renko, you want to see, what things that's bounce off either the 233 or the mid band and so forth, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep. Those are the people. No more. No other sim trades.
Yeah, I didn't have trades last week, Dom.
Ah, it says
Because
here.
of my
Okay, let's. Yeah,
travel.
yeah.
But I do
Okay,
have
no,
a
no
couple
problem.
of questions because my
Yeah.
focus is really like continuing to observe the price actions and the indicators.
Hmm.
So am I correct that, for example, like if we see that the price is going below the mid band and then the 51, what do you call this, the 51, the 55, right? So that's a good short trade to enter, right? If it's under, if the price is under that, and if you see
Under, yeah,
under
under
the
the mid band,
the
right?
mid band
Yeah,
and
yeah,
under
yeah.
the dotted line,
233. Yeah, the
yes,
233.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yep,
it, and if it goes up, of course that's kind of like a signal that you can buy if you can see that trend that it's
yeah,
already going up the mid band and it's
yep,
going above the
yeah,
233 and the 21 EMA.
yep,
Okay,
yep,
got it. And then I think your advice also is, of course, don't trade based on impulse. So wait for the pullback,
yep, yep,
and then you enter the trade.
yep, yep.
Got it. Got it.
Got it.
Okay. Okay.
So, for example, the reason I took this trade, you see the trade I just took, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the pullback right here. Remember I was holding you about the dash? That's a pullback. I just took it right there, right at the top. So, Mark, that's what I was telling you about the pullback, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was
here,
waiting. I was waiting for the reversal bar.
no, that's basically there's another way. The reason it does this because we have a strong momentum. That's the reason why it does this dot dot. It did pull back, then it just kept on going up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would wait for the reversal, but in this instance, when I see that when there's strong momentum, yeah, that's basically the pullback.
Yeah. I have a question because I can see in your charts, Dom, like I can see the reversal
Hmm.
colors,
Yeah,
but because probably with the super trend for me, I'm not
right.
seeing it right
Yeah,
now. So is there a
exactly.
way for me to see the reversal?
When you see the reversal, for example, here, indicator, super trend. When you see it change direction, so here, and I want to color the bars,
Oh, got it. Okay,
right?
so
So right here, so you see this, we're going up, came back down, and came back up. That's your reversal. Here, this is doing did it do a reversal? No, that was just, if it continues going up, then this was basically your pullback right here. It creates those, see this, the lines. You would see, yeah, here's the lines here as well. See that right here,
mm-hmm.
right? That's your pullback. Now there's a reversal right there. Now, hoping this will bounce off on this minus one deviation and will continue. right? Or bounce off here. That's why my stop is really the next swing down here where you see the swing, because most likely if it does stop me out there, now I know that the trend or the momentum is no longer going up. It's mostly trying to reverse because once it hits this, so it's going to give me two chances here: either bounce off the -1, or bounce off the super trend, or bounce off this, which is the 55 EMA, or bounce off the 233. It's giving you all these chances for the price to pull back up, right? And if it finally breaks down and hits the below the swing here, then I know that now momentum is no longer going up. Most likely he's going to try to reverse, meaning trying to reverse from here all the way going back down. But since we see this momentum, right, it's going up, right? So go with momentum and see, like I said, it's going to give you three different instances where it might pull back up, I mean. This is just a pullback, just like it did here. Now this pullback is a lot bigger now as compared to these other ones, meaning that means the momentum going up is weakening as compared to these other pullbacks, which are really small, but this one's bigger. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if I don't have the indicator on or the colored bars, that you can see the reversals a lot easier. Let me see here, right here. Colored bars, take that out in there. See, now it's all red. So now this is what you see. So again, this one I'm hoping this to go up again. If we're looking at the OR, so oh man, so here's this is a different strategy, what we call the opening range for this one. And see, this is where if it's gonna get stopped out, I get stopped out. And just adjust to where's it gonna go. Now we're going below again, this is on the strategy called by Features Fanatic. So now below the -1, most likely I want to see a pullback up there, then come back down. I'm not going to take this first impulse going down. If it stops me out, I want to see a pullback. A lot of people try to take the first impulse. Oh, they're going to continue, but then you'll see a pullback, and sometimes that pullback will just continue going back up rather than pull back and come back down. So here, let's see. So that's what I mean when you're talking about pullbacks. When you see this first impulsive move, yeah, most likely I get stopped out here. Just teased you here, then start coming down. It really teased you coming back
Okay.
up here, thinking it's going to go up here because basically it went all the way to -2 already. So this is like a deep pullback. So now, like I said, don't take this first impulse. You want to see a pullback. And then if it continues coming down, then take it. And when do you take that? When you see a reversal bar coming back down. Most likely, if this pulls back, you want to see a reversal bar going up. And don't take the first impulse. So let's see what happens there. So now we're breaking the break of structure here. And usually when it does that, it does pull back.
Yep. Yeah, actually, quick question on that, Dom. Like, if
Mm,
we see a break of structure, is
mm.
that also a form of confirmation that the trend is gonna continue?
Well, it depends on which trend. Okay, yeah, if you have a break structure going up, yeah, that's going to continue. This one, we're seeing is low, meaning it break of structure on the low side. So now,
Yeah.
right? So now we're creating a lower low, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than higher low. Here we have higher lows, and you have break of structure creating higher highs, right? So this one is basically impulsive move where this actually was what we call a liquidity sweep, because now it created high and just kept on going down. That's strong momentum to the downside. That's your liquidity sweep. Now, when you have a liquidity sweep like that, when you just keeps on going down, you want to see the pullback, either back into the 233 or back into the 55. You want to see that either either these dots like this, or you'll see a reversal bar going up. Then what you want to see now is a reversal bar going back down if it does that. So here you see this trying to bounce off again, this is the mid of the IB, another strategy. Um, so this is 8:30 and usually goes to 9:30, and that's how you can trade the gold strategy. This is gold, micro gold. Other than that, that's about it. Um, again, just continue practicing again with what's her Kate, and those with wealth charts, looking at the 5 minute. And I'm going to show you this right now, and this is why I'm going to take this short.
Sell order
Why?
filled.
I'll show you this on your wealth charts. Let me go back to our wealth chart here. Screen share, share. Number 3. Okay. You see the chart? Okay, so here, look at this is a perfect example. Remember what I said
I
when it closed
don't.
below? Yeah. When we
We're
close below,
still we're still looking at the Ninja Trader.
oh, you don't have the 3. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Share. There. Here, for example, here,
I,
Kate, right? So Kate, and those in wealth charts. See this bar here? It closed below the cloud right there. Now you want to continue taking this down where you entered right there, which I was a little off, but again, here's your profit targets. Most likely it's going to hit the first one. And when you hit the first one, you can either draw that to break even, but let's see. Because now we have a strong momentum to the downside once you see that, once you close below that cloud, right? Here. Okay, so now going back to your Ninja Trader, you see the pullback, I would enter here. So
Order
coinciding
filled.
with the wealth charts, we see that pullback, right? I know you guys are seeing that on your Ninja Renko, or yeah, on your Ninja Trader. Mark, you see that?
No, I'm at MNQ.
Yeah, I'm at MNQ
Ah,
also.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm in right now. I don't trade the opening. Yeah, I'm not trading the opening. The gold opens at 820. That's the reason why I'm trading it. Um, let me see here. So yeah, yeah, here we go. I'll show you back my thing. Let's go back to share. This is number 2. There, I hit the target on
Limit
my
order filled.
wealth charts. Now here, you see this? You see my Ninja Trader now?
Yep.
Yeah, you see the pullback?
Oh, this is still gold.
Yeah, you see the pullback?
Mhm. Yeah,
That's why I took it.
Yeah.
Remember I
yeah.
saying I didn't take the first simple, we're waiting for there's the pullback. I took it when it came back down, right there. So right now on the other one on my wealth charts, I hit the first target. I may put my stop loss to break even and maybe a little more, a little down, but at least if it hits my stop there, it's a profit no matter what.
Yeah.
So here it hit my, well, it didn't hit my first target yet, so it probably pull back again. Let's see. Again, there's a pullback again. Let's see if it comes back down. And just as long as honoring that super trend, right? So just as long as it's honoring that, that's fine. So that's what I'm saying. If you're trading something that's like that, just again, I'm looking at the wealth charts and I hit my break even, but I still hit my first target. That's the most important thing. But I'll probably let this go for a bit here. You see the swing. The swing here is basically this one. Wait, let me see if I can show it. The swing is right here, that one right there. So that's why my stop there. Now, again, if it hits my loss, then again, that's fine. This is a 233, so you have different options here where it's going to come back down. Why? You have the 55, you have the super trend, and also you have the 233. So if it does create a higher high here, that means okay, most likely it's going to try to reverse going back up now and finally go try up here, because now you see this, we see a trend going up, right? And this is basically just a strong pullback to the downside. But let's see if it's going to now. Are we changing momentum here? That's why you have to determine that and see what happens here. If you create a higher high and breaks this here, now you know that most likely it's going to continue going up. That makes sense?
Yep, yep.
So there, bounced off the super trend and also the 55, the 55 EMA or the mid band, right? So you see there's a reversal bar. Now hopefully it's going to continue breaking here or down to 1.25 minus 1.25 deviation. And most likely stop there because most likely there it got disconnected from that server. Again, looking at my WealthCharts trade, looks like it's still trying to hit the second target. And that's fine. Hit my first target anyway. So here, again, the same thing. This is what it's looking. We have a reversal bar, and now it may pull back and then continue coming back down. That's why just be patient when you enter. You, of course, you'll see pullbacks, just as long as you see it's maintaining, a higher, or in this case, a lower high. So we have a lower high here. When there's a lower high, it has to create a lower low. If it does not create a lower low, then it may be in what we call in consolidation. But you have to see if there's this momentum is still going down, you see the lower high, now it has to create a lower low. Because other than that, if it doesn't, then you know it's not going anywhere. If it's not creating a lower low. That makes sense. That's why you need to get that's basic market structure,
Mm-hmm.
right? Once you get that, then everything else will follow. Any questions? I guess you guys are doing good. Well, Kate is doing good. Kate and Mark.
Yeah.
Just gotta be consistent.
Yeah, that's it. Just practice. How about Axel? Is Axel, is she here? No.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Kate, keep it up.
Dom, quick question.
Mm,
Because with all the indicators I have, like I do want to see like the reversal bar colors. Like how can I do that? Because right now with the super trend indicator, it's like the bars are like either
Target
or
filled.
it's like there's it's not filled. So it's like it's I don't see the reversal colors.
right. So I would take out that coloring the bars. So you go on your super trend, right? Go on your super trend right here. Where is that? Right here, super trend, and click off the colored bars. Or if you have arrows, you can leave the arrows on, but you can click off, make sure it's not ticked off. And you'll see the reversal bars there. Because you can just follow whatever you see you're just following the trend here. It barely, so you see this? It didn't trip that off, but you see the bar didn't close well. I don't know if it closed above, but it just kept on continue coming down. Now you see how this broke this trend going up. It's just barely, I mean, it broke, so most likely it's still continuing this trend to the downside. Again, we're seeing the lower highs, and now we create a lower low. So now hopefully we create a lower high again here. So what we can do here, hit my first target, then I would bring this down to either here or you could have hit it break even, but my thing would have been right here, because if it's going to continue still coming down, then it will create a lower high. Let's see. Well, at least you hit the first target. Let's see if it bounces up to 233 here. In this case, it's a minimum loss, but you still hit your first target. Let's see. You did create a lower low. No, there, break of structure. Usually we have that break structure. We're going to see a pullback. Let's see if it does that. Nope. So again, it's
filled.
only a loss of $26. Again, that's on my other thing here, also on my wealth charts. But with that win, up 325.80. And for me, that's good enough that just, to be consistent at 250, then this is just on gold. I haven't really traded micro yet. I mean, NQ yet. So this is just on gold. So again, for me, $26 right now is minimal for me. On my wealth charts, I'm up 325. So I'm happy. See, look what happened. It there's a reversal bar. It hit it took me out and then decided, we're gonna go with the way you're going.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you see that?
Happens a lot.
Order
Yeah,
filled.
exactly. They oh, they know where my stop was. They take you out and they continue coming down.
Yeah.
So here, so what happens here, basically you see a break, and I don't know why I took this trade. I should have just kept it. Why? We have basically a higher high. So we need to see a higher low from here to here. Let's see if this is a reversal bar to the upside. If it does that, then it's gonna continue going up. Let's see what happens here. If it does create a reversal bar for me, I'm gonna be out of that trade. Again, with a minimal loss.
And usually when you hit the profit, right, it will automatically
Yeah,
stop you.
not stopping because you have two targets, right?
Oh yeah,
So
it will just keep going up until you hit the two
yeah,
targets.
either the second target or you hit your stop loss, which can be either break even, or if you just keep your stop loss up there until you hit your stop loss. So here, so now let's see if we're gonna continue and get a lower low. How do we get a lower low? When it has to break this structure right down here. So that's how usually that's how you see how the market moves. That's why every time you see that, we did break the structure, but now we're going down, right? Now we want to see it break this, this super trend. Also, we want to see it break this swing low here. Either you can have your target there or maybe just above it, because it may create a double,
Mm.
what we call a double bottom, right? Let's see what happens here.
Is
But
this really that slow? I
no,
mean, the
yeah.
movement.
Usually it's not this slow. I don't know why it's so slow now. Because this is
It's
the
like
high volatility for gold right now is the opening.
it's like watching the Asian session.
No, the Asian session is a lot slower. At least this is
Oh,
moving.
really?
Yeah, at least this is moving, but not as fast as maybe you're getting used to the MNQ.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but for this one, that's gold has been moving pretty fast, but this is the slowest I've seen it so far. So again, like it's doing a lot of, it doesn't go directly. It just keeps them dancing up and down. So look what's happening here. There's a reversal bar. What did it do now? It created a higher low. So now I'm gonna take this out, close. Because what did it do? It created a higher low, so now it has to create a higher high.
Order filled.
So I'm gonna wait for the second green bar. There's a second green bar. So most likely I'm gonna take this.
Order filled. Order filled.
Take my low, my swing here down here where the swing is there. And my
By the way,
target is
what's the difference between buy ask and buy bid?
those are more good question. Those are more what we call what's it called? It's almost like a temporary. In fact, I haven't used those.
Okay.
Futures Fanatic uses those, and he explains it in his on his thing. Because the buy market you get at the whatever you request, but I think there's what we call some slippage, right?
Okay.
Yeah, this market on gold is really weird. So it honored the 233 there. There's like no momentum at all. So again, we created a higher low. We haven't created a higher high yet. Again, what's it holding? It's basically trying to get past the 233, which is a very strong moving average. As you can see here, it bounced off the 233, came back down, but it didn't have enough momentum to try to test this low right here. Now, if this reverses back down, then yes, and basically just getting chopped, or I'm getting chopped. We get a reversal bar here. That's your textbook example of a chop. Because you're just going up, then you're going down, I mean, then you go up, then now you're gonna go back down. And that's how you can lose your account. As long as I'm seeing the higher low here, and it's not breaking this low, this swing here, I'm gonna still maintain this trade until it stops me. Because then that swing, this swing is right here, right? And that, any questions? Any more questions?
All good for now.
Some,
Yeah.
for me, Javi here.
Yep.
For wealth charts, how do I set up the 21 and 233 EMA?
Okay, so let's go back here. Share. What chart is that? 3. Okay, so here we are. So I don't know, see the 233. So you go click right here, right? And add
Yep.
indicator.
Yep.
And then go choose right here, standard,
Mm.
which is basically what you're looking for EMA or exponential. You look right here, EMA, right here, EMA, right there,
Right.
right?
Okay.
So
Yep.
apply, period, choose as 233.
Got it. Okay.
And then again, I guess this one is going to show you the style, what you want to have that, what line you want. So let's say you want to have this a different style. This can be teal, right? Okay. This one teal, you want to just keep it that way. Okay. Line is maybe 3 tick. Okay. So there it is. And you say create, close. There's your 233. You can see we're well below 233. That's why we're looking at shorts. This indicator, this trend indicator is also below, price is below that as well. So we just continue going down.
Got it. Okay.
And if you go, to the, okay, so there's your 233. Now I can take that off because you don't have the V up. I think, yeah, you and Kate don't have the V up. Let me know when you guys are ready to do that. But right now, that's what you guys are trading. Let me see here. 233. Yeah, it's 233. Take that out. Okay, so let's go back to here. So, looking at 233, that's a 5 minute, I mean, the wealth charts, that's a 5 minute chart. So it says here we're still going down, and you can see what's going on in my Ninja Trader. I'm down like 95 right now. So, meaning it's trying to battle that 233. If you go back to here, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's trying to break that 233. Oops, right here. There's my 233 right here. It's just bouncing off. It's not trying, it's trying to break it, but it's just bouncing off. On the wealth charts there, you see, we're still below that indicator, that trend indicator, well below that. We're below that cloud too. So obviously I'm going against the trend here because well, again, you see this, we didn't create another lower low, did we? Right here, it honored that. So we're still creating a higher low until we see a higher high. So what is it doing here? If it's creating a higher low, but not creating a higher high, meaning we're just in a consolidation being held by the 233. Now, if it does break the 233, we have a better chance of maybe hitting my first target. Or it has to break this swing right here, that swing, because then we'll actually have a higher high. So right now, gold is just consolidating. It's going nowhere, which I'm surprised. This is usually the opening. So again, I use a different strategy. I'm looking at it's already been 1 hour. Here's your what we call the initial balance. So we're in balance, right? Because we're within the initial balance. Here's the high, here's the low, and here's the mid. So we're right at the mid. So price is in what we call imbalance. So now here, let's see, there's the breakout. There's the breakout. Let's see what is my first target. Now, in terms of the VWAP, we're still between, just long as it gets above the -1 here and the VWAP up here, that's what we consider where price is in balance, not imbalance. So here, what do we do here? We broke the structure. Now, remember, we always have the pull. There's your pullback, back down again. Oh, wow. There's a lot of people who are waiting for the breakout here. They got filled. Now they're getting stopped out. Now we did create a higher low. See this from here to here. So we want to see another higher low and create another higher high. We barely created a higher high here, but it's still considered a higher high. Now we want to see what happens here. Will it create a higher low? If it does break this, now it looks like we may start reversing. Again, based on the 5 minute chart, our trend is still down because we're still below that cloud. If you guys are looking at that, it may try to break out here, but right now, if it breaks above that cloud or it closes above that cloud, then we may try to test that super trend, that red bar up there where you saw it tested once, right? So here, it's breaking out. If you look at the 5 minute chart on the wealth charts, we want to make sure that that bar right now will close above that cloud to take a long. Just a scalp up to maybe to that red there, I hit my first
Target
target
filled.
on my Ninja Trader, but on the wealth charts, we have how many more minutes? Around 2.5 minutes left on that bar, but it looks like it's going to close above that cloud. So you want to watch where that bar closes first, right? So let's go back to the wealth charts. 3. Because right now, this is going to be, we have 2 minutes there. You can see here, 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes. And now we're definitely above, but you want to wait for the close first before you enter. See, that's the difference between 5 minutes and the Renkos. The Renkos, I entered real early. I'm already in profit. This one, you want to wait where it closes, but eventually hit your profit target. So this one, trying to see if it's going to take a break up there. That's what it's going to look like. Oops. You got 1:42 left in that bar. It may close above here. It's a strong momentum bar on the 5 minute. So now we have 1 minute. We got a minute, around a minute left. You can see the countdown right there. So now it's creating that wick. Now, if this closes below, right down around here, you want to enter when it breaks that wick. But right now it looks like it's gonna break the wick. A little under a minute. So I'm doing an orb here. Let me add lines. So the orb would be, where is that down here? 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. So here, this one, I want to double that. 1, 2, 3. See that? It didn't break it yet. So I'm waiting for that. So we could enter here, but we have to wait until it breaks that. See that wick? It has to go above that. Then you can enter the trade. Right now, it's not breaking it. But we'll be looking for a buy. Once you see the break that, then you know it's going to be a buy.
But don't you mean the close of the candle, right?
Yeah. Well, here's a close. The high of the candle is up there. That's why you
Yeah.
want to wait to enter when it breaches that high of the candle.
Right.
Right now, you have no trade. You have a signal that's potential to be filled, but right now, there's no entry. There's a signal because now we're above the cloud, right? It closed above the
Mhm.
cloud. But to enter, you want to breach where price breaches that high, right? So far, it hasn't. This is basically what it's doing here, is just a pullback. So you're gonna wait until that reaches that, right? If it doesn't, then you have no trade. Because this may come down and close where? It may close here below this. Then now you have an entry going down rather than going up, which is still with a trend, right? You want to see where that closes. Look at that. It's going all the way down there. Again, where does it close?
Stub
Okay,
filled.
that's my other trade. So if it closes below the cloud now, we're going to be looking short. So this was basically a false. So now there was a signal, but there was no valid entry. So what happened here? So now we just have a wick there. Now this closes above, then we're gonna wait for entry. Are still gonna be still up here. We did breach below the cloud, but we never closed below the cloud. See that? It's just a tease.
Order filled.
Oh, so the market opened at MNQ. You want to take it, see what's going on with MNQ. So here's MNQ. And I usually don't trade the, I usually trade after the 1 hour. Why? Because I'm looking for the 1 hour initial balance. So let's look at MNQ. And this is in a 5 minute since this is, so here's the opening right there. So what are we looking for here? Where was the opening? Right there, 920, 930. There's your 930 bar. So far you have a low here. This is going to be the 15-minute orb. Let's see the 15-minute orb. So we're going to look for a tool here, regular horizontal line right here is the low. This is the first, so that's first, then where's your high so far? Your high is up there. And this is how you do the 15-minute orb. Oops. Right up here so far. That's temporary. That's temporary. So you have I'd label this as the orb low. Oh, wow, I have some labels there. These are different. So so that'd be the orb low, and that'd be also the IB low, right? I'll just take these out. This is just too confusing right now. That out. That out. Take that out. So we also have the IB low. So let's look at this is the easy trade for the R orb to set this up. So this is your first bar, second bar. So after the close of this third bar, then that'd be your R orb. So right now it's honoring this cloud. So it's on the down. You can see where's our trend? The down. This is the VWAP. So we're still below the cloud. This one tried to close, within the cloud, but we never closed above the cloud. You want to see where it closes above the cloud, right here. Never did. So they're still coming down. So when we have the orb strategy here, meaning opening range breakout, that's the high here. This is the low. So now we're contemplating between up and down. We want to see a break. That's what you want to see. Again, I don't really trade. I do trade the orb, but I also trade the initial balance, meaning 1 hour after the opening. And that's why I'm selective in my trades. Again, this is based on a 5-minute chart. See those wicks? We're not really closing above that. Okay, we may be closing above that bar, that cloud now. So we also may be closing above this orb high. Now you want to see a close, not just a pierce.
Target
That's my
filled.
target on my Ninja Renko, on my Ninja Trader, on my gold. That was like a $250 trade. I still have it going, so. And why did I take that trade? Well, because it's already past an hour on, we're looking at the initial balance on gold. So now this is the opening range. Let's see if it closes above that. That orb, it has to close above. This is your initial impulse move right there. How many minutes we have there? We have a minute left on that bar. So basically I'm showing you how to trade also the 5-minute and the Renko. So wait for the close. You see that? We got, oh, well, it's about to create a new candle here. We got 1 minute left. What happened there? It just basically just pierced it, but let's see if it's going to close above it. Nope. See that? We didn't close above it, but we did pierce it. However, we closed above the what? We closed above the VWAP now, and we also closed above the cloud. So where do we enter this? We enter at the either at the break of that right here, that wick way up there. Other than that, we don't enter the trade because that's what it's going to do, like what you see right now. And that's what happens in the opening because they're trying to figure out where do they want to go. That's why I'd rather wait for an hour because then they'll establish where they want to go. And then on the this is what we call the orb strategy. You see the 15-minute orb. This is the 15-minute orb right there. Is there a valid signal? None. Therefore, there's no valid trade for the orb either. No, I forgot to scale in my trade here. Oh, this is doing really good. It's okay. On my gold trade. So while we're waiting for that to set up, here's what happened in the gold trade on the Renkos. Share back to 2. Here we are. So we entered, we basically hit our first target of 200 some $10. This one, you see this? Pulled back, came back up. I could have scaled in here, which I didn't. My target is here in the IB, which is the extension 1.25. Again, good entry here. Why? Bouncing off the 233 as well as the 55. Entry would have been right there, which I did enter right there. So I can move this stop here to up here. So either one, I'd still be in profit. This is basically a what we call a stop uh trailing stop. So let me hit this. This is a basically strong, what's it called? There's resistance level. So I may just move this down to maybe here. Because I know that's going to bounce off that. Again, most likely he's going to try to get up here. But of course, it's going to be a pullback. Again, you see that didn't quite make it. Let's see what's going to pull back here. Now, here's a chance where I can just add if I wanted to. I just want to see a reversal bar. You still don't have a trade on the 5-minute bar yet. On the 5-minute or 15-minute or we're getting close there because it's right now it's just piercing it, but it's not closing above it. And this one you see where my stop is, my trailing stop right here. I'd still be in profit once it hits my stop there, just to conserve, but I also wanted to run. That's why I have that trailing stop. So let's see if it's gonna have a reversal bar up here. If it does, I may just take this up to here. I want to see that reversal bar complete. Then I'll scale in. Oh, I didn't copy my trade on here.
Thank you for clarifying the pullback earlier.
Yeah.
I'm making better decisions now.
Oh, good. So now we're looking at the other. Okay, wealth charts. There's your end. We're above that, so we want to wait for a pullback here on your wealth charts. Those of you, Kate, who's see, we'll probably see a pullback there, and we gotta take it when it goes back up. So here I'm gonna scale in right here. Scale in another
Order
7
filled.
contracts, and my stop is gonna be basically just to be nice and conservative right there, right below that swing. Let's see if we get past this. This is basically what we call a chase line because that's really strong resistance there. Again, we broke the structure, and as usual, we pulled back. Let's see if it continues going up. Again, on the wealth charts, we didn't really take a trade yet. Because why? Well, I'll show that to you. Let's go back to wealth charts. We can explain this on wealth charts. 3. Okay. There we are. So here, we did close above the orb, right? But where's the high of that wick? Up there, right here, right? We didn't reach that. So we're not going to take a trade until now. It's pulling back. Now if it reaches that high up there, then we'll take the trade. But right now you should not have taken the trade because it didn't breach that high. We did close above it, but we didn't break the high of this wick. It's a false breakout. So what we want to see is get past that, then we take the trade. So right now you don't have no trade here. That clear, Kate? And who else is on wealth charts?
It's Jack.
Javi.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Yep.
We're looking at the minus one, Tom.
Which one?
The
On the VWAP?
Yeah, on the VWAP.
No, here's the VWAP is the pink. This is the magenta. So we're
Right.
looking at the plus 0.5. Plus 1 is up
0.5.
here. Plus 1.5 plus 2.
All right. So that's our
So basically
target.
it's, yeah, so right now we're what we call in equilibrium. So
Mm,
usually price will just go up and down here, right? So
mm,
now we're waiting for this breakout. We want to see it break out past this wick there. Right now it's not even trying to do that.
mm.
My other trade is trying to make itself up there, but on my Ninja or Ninja Trader, it's taking its time to get up there. They just basically doing nothing on what you see on WealthCharts right now. Really no trade yet. See, like I said, it's trying to get back down. See, it's just going up and down between those two levels, between what? Between the two yellows. Look at that. Now it's going down. This one, if I see this close below the, close, not just pierce it, but close, then I'll probably take the trade going down, just to scalp all the way down here somewhere. Because here's the -1. This is the -1.5. So again, we want to see it close below. Right now it's closing below that cloud. Now there's a wick right here, so you may want to take maybe possibility take a trade once it hit once it surpasses this wick right here. Because right now, if this closes below this cloud, then that's what you want to do. We have 30 seconds left on this candle. What is it doing? It just pierced. See these wicks? That means those are where prices being rejected. People get it faked out a lot of that. So that's why they try to trade. We want to make sure that where the candle closes, not where it pierces.
Where do you see the time left for the candle?
Right here, right there. 1 second. Okay, so here's a change. So here we're below. We're not quite. We didn't close below the cloud, so this may still go up.
Mm. Got it.
If you want to take this short, it has to be below this wick, right? See, I told you it may go up because it didn't close below the cloud. That's why it's very important to wait for the close of the bar. There we
Target
go. I hit
filled.
that. I'm already up 667 on my goals, so I'm done for the day for that for my PA there. That's why it's very important to know where the bar closes on the 5 minute. So now we're going to take this trade. We already have this thing up here, right? So basically, remember I told you the orb, you want to see it broke there, now pulled back, and now it's going to come back up. You probably take this trade going along. If it does breach, once it passes this. Now, your first target would probably be that one. Your second target would be here or even up there, but most likely here. So you want to see where this. There, let's see if it breaks above here. Not yet. Remember, it has to go above that wick right here, this wick up there. And try to tease you. So you have to be patient. Here we go. There, I broke it. So kind of pull it back. I'm going to wait till it goes back up. There it is. So
Buy
there's
order
the one.
filled.
There's my stop. Would be below that bar, this bar here. Oops, why won't let me stop? There, wherever this bar is right there. First profit target is going to be this right here, right there. Second one be above there. That's fine. Usually my target is here by the, look what happened here. How it got rejected. So I might bring this down maybe up to here, which is around 755, 75. Maybe there. Now this is on a 15-minute. This is what we call the 15-minute orb strategy. So usually a lot of people take this, whatever this measurement is, and take it times 2. So I'm going to take this measuring tool. I want to see how many points this is from here to here. And what is that? It's 48. So we take that 48 and do the same thing. So from here, I'm going to do 48. Oops. 48. Up there. Let's see if we can get up there. Right there. If it does get up there. I know I'm just having a hard time getting past this, again, yellow line, because that's, again, strong resistance there. We finally got past it. So this is the 15-minute orb strategy. You don't want to take, again, the first impulse, which broke above there. You watch the pullback, then you take it. Now, once this first target, we can move up or stop to maybe break even. So you won't be losing a trade. And try to break this, that super trend to the downside. Let's see if it breaks it. I might move this up, the first target, to maybe the +1, which is around right there, not right at it, but maybe right there. 55.25.
Buy order
I'm
filled.
adding. What happened there? Oh, wow. You see this long wick?
Oh yeah.
That was really fast.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Let me see. What happened to that? So what did I? What's my? I'm down 227. Did you see that long wick? Did it happen to you guys?
It happened to me as well.
Yeah.
I
Look at that.
tried.
That just came out of nowhere.
Yeah. I was actually following your trade.
Yeah.
I was using it in the simulation.
Okay. Yeah, that came out
Yeah.
of nowhere.
Yeah.
That I don't know what caused that. Okay, I just had to now. I just have to trade the regular. Yeah, that was weird. That you can't control. I don't know where that came from. Wait, is there news? Let me see here. Monday. No. That's the reason why President Trump speaks. That's the worst thing can happen right now. Once he opens his mouth, then you see what happened. Market just moved out of nowhere. That's why I was wondering, where did that come from? He opened his mouth. That was it. I should have checked that before. I mean, okay, guys, that's it. At least I made money on gold. I'm up 667 on on that one, so I'm fine. 227 for me is again that's manageable. So I'll just wait for the 1 hour. So right now we're into what 10:05. So I'm gonna wait for 10:30, 10:30. Have my what we call the initial balance. So right now the initial balance would be up from there's your initial balance low. Your high would be up here. Let me see here. Let me copy this.
Yeah, 10:30 is the sweet spot.
Yeah. So this I would be your this I would color this blue. Label. Oops. There. Label. This is your IB high so far until they break it. Then we'll create another high until you don't trade it until stop plotting until 10:30. So that's your IB high right now. Right there. Your IB low is down here. There's the opening. So that's where we're at. Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Anyways, any questions? We'll do it again. Wednesday, I have to be attending a something in church. So you guys want to have another one on Friday or want to have another next Monday and just you guys just trade? It's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm fine with Friday.
Friday. Okay,
Yeah, but
Friday, 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not available on Friday, but I'm just gonna focus on practicing and share my
Yeah,
trade.
yeah. Make sure you have your markers there, right? Just like what Mark
Yeah,
does, right?
I did it actually. So the
Okay.
pink marker is the one where you place the trade, right? And then the
No,
blue.
it depends.
Ah,
Well, the blue means you bought. Again, it depends on if you're taking a short or a sell. If you're taking anything with the blue, it means you're buying. But it can be a buy to enter a trade, or maybe a buy to exit a trade, depending on what I see. Like for example, when I see Mark, I know where he's shorting and where he's taking a long. So
Yeah.
just long as the markers are there, I know exactly where you're entering. Okay,
got it.
because when you enter a trade, it's gonna mark it off. So let's say you're taking a long trade, it's going to mark it as blue, right? If you enter or if you exit a trade going on from a long trade, it's going to show that teal or that pink, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know where you're entering if it's a long or a short, just looking at the context of the market or your chart, I mean. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you,
So
Dom.
yep. So just continue doing that. Same with Kate. Kate is doing well. If she continues this, I don't know. I might have her take the evaluation, but I don't want her to go by gut feeling, right? I want to see
Yep.
that she's entering that the reason why she's entering. Okay, Kate.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. See you
Me, I'm gonna
guys.
work on my discipline.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, if you hit your profit target, again, if you have a 50K, right? You have a 50K
Yeah.
eval, just concentrate hitting 250 and then quit. Then you're done. Between
Yeah.
250 and depending on what, how this system is, between
Yeah.
250 to
And
300.
the
Yeah.
and the DRB.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what you'll be
Okay.
practicing, DRB. Okay.
Yeah. Got it. Well,
Okay.
thank you.
Yep. Take it easy. I'll see you guys on Friday.
Yeah.
All
See
right.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye
Thank
bye.
Bye.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.